費晒你嘅，到時好唔該晒。咁然之後咧，我哋跟住落嚟咧就會係頒發感謝狀俾咁多位啱啱精彩表演嘅。
What's going on YouTube? Happy Monday. Let me just turn this. I was getting a little air flowing in here. I think I got a pretty good topic to talk about today, and this is something that I think we all suffer from time to time. I may suffer it a little bit more than people because of the ADD condition, but sometimes, do you feel that you just think too much? And what I mean by that is this. Let's say you have a great idea, and this idea is just like, okay, this is the one. This idea right here is going to put money in my pocket. You've planned it all out in your head. Everything is good. And tomorrow you're getting ready to execute. And you go throughout your day and whatever, and all of a sudden you have random thoughts toward the idea. You know, you like, oh, great idea, great idea. And all of a sudden these thoughts come from like left field, and they start thinking like, wow, that's going to take a lot of money for you to do that. Wow. Is your family going to support you? Wow. You're going to have to leave your family in order to make this thing come true. Wow. You know, are you up for this? Do you have enough education to go ahead and get this idea off the ground? You know, many different thoughts that will come in your head that will actually take away from the great idea that you just came up with. And then sometimes you just ask yourself, and then, well, before I even get into that, and then after those thoughts come to your mind, and all of a sudden that one great idea that you had just stopped. You're no longer doing it anymore. You're spooked now. And you start seeing things like, well, it was a great idea. You know, maybe somebody will do it, you know. Or maybe later on, you put it in your later on idea box category, where later on I'll do it in life, but right now I need to focus on this. Just think about your box that you created of ideas of, oh, later on I'll do it. Or I just don't have the right knowledge in order to do that. I need to go get my master's degree, which I don't know how a master's degree is going to help you put the idea together. Or, you know, maybe I need to just, you know, maybe it's just a dream. Think about how many, if that was a physical thing, ideas that you had and you just came up with whatever and you never executed it, that thing would be as high as the Empire State Building. This is why I always say, when people say there's nothing to do, there's not whatever, you've came up with so many ideas, it's ridiculous. But the way to make an idea work is to actually think of the idea and execute. No more thinking. Either it works or it doesn't work. If the idea sounds good enough and you have time to do it, execute it. Now, I'm not saying every idea that comes to your mind, because at the same time, that also can be dangerous. But if it's a good idea and you've looked at it, don't worry about what negative will happen. Just keep it moving. It'll make you money. It'll make you happy. And there's a reason why that idea came. You saw something, or something like clicked in your head to say, hey, that's a great idea. So what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about all the ideas that came to your mind of things you could do, and you just said let them, and you just let them go? Is that a good thing? Or is that a bad thing? Or is it good just to go and just have ideas and just, you know, is that normal? It's just like drinking water. You know, you got to drink water every day. You know, is that normal just to come up with ideas and just live in fantasy land? So that's just something I wanted to address today. Let me know what you guys think. That's really all I have to say about that. Oh, one other thing I have, and I want to say this. So I stopped the radio station for a while. And the reason why I stopped is because I said, okay, this network that I'm on, the Freedomizer Network, the audience, I mean, the hosts sometimes that are on that show, on those shows, whatever, think a little bit different about the government than I do. And I thought, like, well, maybe this isn't a great place for me. So I was talking to one of my guys that, you know, that introduced me to the show, and basically he told me, he said, look, you can't change everybody. You can't, if people want to think a certain way, let them think a certain way. But here's the deal. With the way you think, you can build a nice audience for people who think different. And plus, it would just make your show that much interesting. If everybody agreed with you, hey, what fun is that? Or how can you grow and how can you become more knowledgeable by, you know, unless you're like trying to battle these guys' statements or questions or concerns they may have. So with all that said, we got a new show coming on Wednesday. It's going to be Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time, starting this Wednesday. And I'm bringing one of my good friends on whom we have great conversations on Saturday about business and things of this nature. Some of you guys may have heard him on previous shows, but for those of you who haven't, I'm telling you right now, it'll be a treat. And all we do is just talk about business ideas, things we've learned during the week, you know, things that may help us and you. So I want you guys to become lifetime listeners of this, because this is something that me and this guy have always been trying to do, but now it's going to happen. So Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time, that's when it's going down. So that's all I have to say, guys. Sorry for rambling on too long, but I hope you guys are having a nice Memorial Day. And until next time, signing off.